Okay, hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and here we are. I'm gonna keep trying this blue-white Merfolk thing. There's something here. There is something here. I am not giving up on this archetype. I feel strongly like that Skyclave Apparition is going to make the difference. Auriok Champion has proven itself many times, and I just need to make a few tweaks to this deck to make it work. And, I mean, if you're with me on this journey, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into our deck, we are going to thank our sponsors, because we do have sponsors on this show. FusionGamingOnline.com. I mean, this is the place to get all your singles, both for not just Modern, but also Commander. You can use my coupon code Nikachu at checkout. Get 5% off all your purchases. And also, we're going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. I get to borrow in and out like any and all cards necessary in order to find the best build of Merfolk. Support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or use coupon code Nikachu to save 15% off your first 2 months. And we're going to thank my new patrons supporting me on Patreon. Thank you very much, everyone, for supporting the channel. You support me on Twitch. You support me on Mana Traders, on Fusion. You support in all sorts of ways, but people also do it on... people still use Patreon. We're going to thank Benjamin Whaley. Thank you very much for the support on Patreon. Okay, so what's the new thing this week? Okay, I feel like I'm way too weak to Blood Moon and Blood Moon effects, so I took out some Wander 1 hubs, which I found was, like, sort of clunky sometimes. Like, late in the game when you need to top deck a land, like... If I'm really late in the game and this comes into play tapped, it means I have a few lands already in play, so it doesn't matter. But let's say it's late in the game, and for some reason I have only 2 lands in play and I have no cards in hand, or I have maybe 1 card in hand. I have Skyclave Apparition. I can't put this into play untapped. So... I'm replacing it with some fetch lands, because ideally I want more options to find my basic lands against Blood Moon. And also, if I get Path to Exiled, Field of Ruined, I'm going to be able to find more lands out of my deck. So I added more fetch lands, Flooded Strand and Pluto Delta, to find Hollow Fountain and Snow-Covered Island. I hope having 6 fetch lands and only 5 regular lands doesn't bite me in some way. Anyway, that's what I want to do. So we take a little bit more pain, but... I can find these lands a little bit more reliably. What else do I have going on here? We're going to add Path to Exile to the deck. Hopefully this helps against Titan Shift decks. Sorry, not Titan Shift, just Titan decks in general. Kill the stupid Stormwing entity. And we got Deprive in the sideboard. Fight back against Bring to Light, Scape Shift, and stuff like that. And also, I mean, it can bounce Glasspool Mimic, but also could be like just a test drive to see, hey, is a counterspell-like card useful in the modern metagame right now to prepare ourselves for the real counterspell when we get it, and we're not going to get tempoed out. And I think counterspell in this deck actually will work better. We'll play counterspell, turn 3, Skyclave Apparition or Mirror Readry. That's exactly what we want to see. All right, so with that, let's get into our league. We lost the die roll. This hand's really top heavy. I really got to hope to draw either a land or 2 drops. I am going to keep it, though. Our worst top deck from here is an Ether Vial. Oh, I forgot about... I was thinking, do I need the 4th Ether Vial? Do I really need the 4th Ether Vial? I might need the lands more than I need the Ether Vial. Flagstones of Trocaire. Are you trying to screw me with Smallpox? Are you trying to do that, Cougar Ben? Anyway, we've got the Master of the Pearl Trident, so we're going to curve out quite nicely. Oh, yes. I'm curious, Mathematic, if M. Hayashi will run 8 counter spells, given... Like, I mean, he was already running 4 Deprives all the time. Maybe he'll run 4 counterspell, 4 Deprive. See what the Madman does. Maybe he'll just go down to 8 Merfolk, Lord of Atlantis, and Master of the Pearl Trident. Is this the Boom Bust deck? I want to say it's a Boom Bust deck. Which, in that case, we should probably play Unsettled Mariner to protect versus Stone Rains and such. Ha! Path to Exile, I dare you. I don't think they have Path to Exile though. How Crackle with power work? I don't know what card you're talking about. Sorry about that. I'm not really a standard player, by the way. Cleansing Wildfire yourself for value. What is going to go on here? Ramp. Little ramp action going on. Going to get a land from the Cleansing Wildfire. I'm going to get a Plains for the Flagstones of Trocaire. I wish I could do something about that. Do I play any Legacy? Not anymore. I don't play enough Modern, in my opinion. What the hell happened? How do you take 2 damage? Do you see that? They took 2 damage from something. It's like from a Sacred Foundry that came into play tapped. What was that? What was that? Anyway, we have nothing to remove from the board. Our hand's not too bad so long as they don't wrath us. Yeah, I need to play more Modern. We can kill next turn if our board is still intact by next turn. Because I can play Reedry. Well, I guess I need to draw land. Cleansing something. They do have Wrath. How rude. It's not over. But what am I going to be up against now? Like Glory Bringers and stuff? Chandra? Oh, Nihiri the Harbinger. Nihiri. I don't think you've missed anything exciting. Alright, we'll I'll try to Skyclave that. It'll probably work. But they'll get a big beefy 4/4 illusion out of this. If the card specifies that the land comes into play tapped, you can still pay with Shockland. So they chose to pay for no reason. Or maybe by accident. Too bad Skyclave Apparition couldn't eat the token. I guess that makes it would make it broken. Boom. It is like a destroy entire land. You control a land they control. But this one's indestructible. This is the boom bust deck. Well, we do have Glasspool Mimic, so it's not the end of the world. Alright. Although, I can't play the other Skyclave Apparition. And just as I say that, I draw another Skyclave Apparition. Put a target attacking creature on the bottom of its owner's library. Gotta deal with this thing. Okay, play and pass. Now the situation is bad. Situation was like, oh, I guess everything was fine until Wrath of God happened. Or maybe everything was fine until I lost all my lands. This is a good start. So anyway, this game, I mean, I still might win this game. But if I don't win this game, I'm pretty confident about games 2 and 3 because it just takes like I don't know, 1 Ether Vial, a little bit of counter magic, and you're totally fine in this matchup. In my opinion. In my opinion. Is this gonna be Condemn? Nope, nothing. Ghost Quarter that, huh? You want Ghost Quarter that? You want to do it? Who do you think you're racing here? It's a bit concerning they keep attacking me. Okay. Well, that's just gas. I mean, is that just GG's? I'm just going to hold this up for some disaster. I don't know what's in their hand, but I don't really care. They're going to thin the deck. It's time to thin the deck. Well, I only know one person who actually plays this deck on some actual regular basis. So, yeah, they might... Or they misclicked. Sure. Okay, they're obviously spinning their wheels. Wheels are spinning. I don't even need to do anything right now. Absolutely fucking not. You know what I should have done? I might die to a bolt here. Oh, screwed that up. Because they can attack me for 4 lightning helix me or something. Although I guess if they had it, they'd use it on my creature, so it would also still be a bad spot. But maybe it was better just to pitch the Spreading Seas, because I'm still attacking for 3 damage anyway. Okay, cards that we want. Maybe this? No, Condemn still hits it. Spreading Seas seems fine. Especially since I can Spreading Seas my own fetch lands in some cases. Absolutely want Deprive in these types of matchups. They go for the one very important spell. You counter it, it's all over. Cards that are not so good. I'm going to take out some Skyclaves. Maybe just take out all of them. I think when this game goes long, Unsettled Mariner's not going to be very useful. Or maybe Curse Catcher's not very useful. You know what? If we commit the board with a bunch of Curse Catchers, that's not great. I mean, it's good on the draw, but you might not want to see more than one in a game. Roadkill, are you back to playing Deprive? How come? Because I need something more for the control matchups. This deck didn't do very well versus control. Need counter magic. And this is a control-ish deck. What else would they bring in? You know, something in me says we should have more Curse Catchers. Like, going turn 1 Curse Catcher might slow down a Cleansing Wildfire enough that it would make it worth it. This hand's fine. Oh no! I need to keep the Skyclave Apparitions in my deck. They're bringing in like Ghostly Prison and all this other stupid nonsense. Oh no! Oh well. Let's hope everything else is good enough. I forget. Yeah, like Skyclave Apparition is like our ace in the hole in this matchup. It's good stuff. There's nothing wrong with Skyclave Apparition. Would love 3 streams a week if you could swing it. I'm trying to make more Merfolk gameplays happen. Sorry, I'm trying to make more YouTube content happen. It is ramping up a little bit, but I need to ramp it up a lot more. Okay, we got the Deprive up, so well, that's some good news. I'm guessing I'm just going to try to spill my hand on the board over the next few turns. Not yet. Gotta keep that Deprive. I don't want them to... Well, I mean, this might be my only opportunity to play a Wrath. But they could also play Nihiri the Harbinger. Also, I can put this Glasspool Mimic back in my hand. I'm going to do my best to never to crack this Flooded Strand, because otherwise it will be infinitely vulnerable Sure. You know what, Curse Catcher? You did your job. If you exchange yourself for a lightning bolt and got in a damage, it's all good. Your YouTube stuff has been great, just don't wear yourself out. The thing is, YouTube is like, it's become like 80% of my income. So, and it's what's growing my whole brand. So it's well worth diving more into. Streaming is great and all that, but I don't think I have my edge in streaming. Okay, let's get him one turn at a time. We're gonna hold up that deprive. By the way, I'm not cracking this fetch because in the event, sure, dies. I don't care. In the event that they play something like Ghostly Prison, I'm gonna need the lands. That sort of sucks. Was Granddad Nikachu versus Goth Will gonna happen? I don't know. I'm gonna ask my grandfather. He's too busy playing Vintage. You want to Stone Rain this? I'll let it happen. We still got the Deprive. I'll tick the Vial up because I can get, if I draw a land, I can play Lord and tick it up. Or sorry, and untap a land. That's not the land that I intended on untapping, so it's not gonna work. That's okay. It's a land. It's a good land. There seems to be a lot of streamers and content creators who have burnt out. Whilst I don't think you've got the personality type, I hate to see you go there. I would say I would have a way higher chance of burning out on Twitch than on YouTube. YouTube fills me with a lot of fire. Those views keep going up. On Twitch, you do it for how many hours you do it, and then you go, and then it's all gone. This is worth countering. And I'll put the... I can bring the Glasspool Mimic back in my hand. We're going to deal a pretty good chunk of damage next turn. I mean, I'll be vulnerable to a Wrath, but I won't be vulnerable to Anger the Gods. We got Anger the Gods taken care of. We can get way out of range of that card. Way out of range. Way out of range. You see that deprive? That's actually something Counterspell won't be able to do. Actually, can I kill? This can be 16 damage. That's so close. Whatever. If they wrap the board, I just put 2 more Lords on the battlefield, and it's over. I think this game is locked. Well, it's not locked. I mean, if my opponent plays Ghostly Prison, this is going to be a problem. Alright, so here we go. But I'm not done. I'm not done, opponent. I should have played the Glasspool Mimic. There we go. Way out of range. Way out of range. Anyway. Good matchup. Good matchup for Merfolk. Finally, we're seeing some good matchups. I think they played Blood Moon. I don't remember if they played. Maybe they don't play Blood Moon. They got a lot of non-basics themselves. They're just all in on like some Stone Rains and stuff. But the Ether Vials, they most definitely help. How did we win that first game? Oh yeah, we just had more lands and... Anyway, it didn't matter. The land destruction didn't matter for Merfolk. Finally! We don't fear Ponza. Bring on all the Ponza decks. So everyone watching the stream, we're going to keep streaming. Everyone on the replay, that's it for today. We're going to thank everyone for supporting the channel. We're also going to thank our sponsors, Fusion Gaming Online and Mana Traders. This has been Nikachu playing Azorius Merfolk in Modern.